If you want to make sure certain methods are defined in your classes, this video is for you. You will learn how abstract-based classes help you create enforceable blueprints for your class design. Hello coders, welcome to my channel. I'm David, your guide to mastering programming. Abstract-based class is usually called ABC. ABC is blueprint for other classes. ABCs allow you to define methods that must be implemented in any subclass. But in order to create that subclass to be enforced, you must first create your abstract class, which in order to be created, you must import from ABC module that abstract ABC class. Now, if you want to have some abstract class on your own with your own functions and everything, you need to create a regular class, and that class must inherit from the ABC class. And here, for example, you want to define sound, since every animal has some sound, and you want to enforce your class dog that will inherit from that animal to define that sound. But, for example, if I here just write pass and create the instance of that dog, this won't return an error, even though I want to return an error, because I want to force the dog to create the definition for this sound method. When I run this, nothing is printed, which means this dog isn't forced to define this sound. Why is that? Because when you write an ABC, you just ensured that this class animal is abstract class. But you must tell Python that this def sound is an abstract method, because abstract classes can have non-abstract methods, just regular methods that can be used. So you need to export abstract method decorator. And here I need now to write abstract method. Now, as you can see, something outlines this dog, which means that Python wants to tell me that there is something wrong. But now if I define this sound and print, for example, woof, now everything will work fine. As you can see, now when I run this code, I expect to see woof. And woof is printed and everything works. Another important thing to mention is that with this abstract method, you can enforce everything. For example, you can enforce your sound to be a property, a class method, a static method, or whatever. But the most important thing to remember is that this abstract method must be the most inner decorator when you write multiple decorator. But another way to remember is that this abstract method must be the closest to the function. Now here, you can write property, and now you need to define this sound to be a property. As you can see, it immediately outlines it because I didn't return anything. I need to return 1 because this sound is a getter. It returns some value. Show you now when I print d.sound. As you can see, wolf is printed, 1 is printed, which means I indeed write a sound to be a getter. You can also enforce that for setter or deleter or whatever. Another important thing that I want to mention is that this class, this abstract class, can't be instantiated if you have at least one abstract method, like in my case. For example, if I created here a to be animal and open parentheses, nothing is wrong. But when I run this code, type error occurs. Can't instantiate abstract class animal without an implementation for abstract.sound. But if I remove this and now run this code, as you can see, it works. Because this animal abstract class doesn't have an abstract method. Let me show you what happens if I don't define this sound class, even though I wrote here an abstract method. As you can see, again, type error. Can't instantiate abstract class dog without an implementation for abstract method sound. This is useful when you want to create some blueprints for your classes and make sure that you have to code some methods. I hope you found this video helpful. Like and subscribe for more coding content. See you in my next video. Until then, keep coding.